Hey guys, so I'm back. Day 6 of 365 days of live streaming. Today we're gonna get into a mess. This is my warehouse back here. You can see it up there. But yeah, this is my warehouse and we're gonna be turning this into a haunted house over the next couple months. So it needs to all get cleaned out. So we need to go survey the scenes. So this place has been many things. We've shot a lot of movies here. We've done a ton of effects work in here. We made it a haunted house several times. As you can see, that is a mess. This place is trashed, filled with stuff. I gotta clean this whole space out. Look at this guy. We used him in the haunt this year. Just tons and tons. These are giant robot boxing machines. Right here we have, under all this stuff, this is a shooting gallery that was pulled out of Buffalo Bill's casino. And I'm gonna revamp that into a Cowboys versus Aliens shooting gallery. This is a mechanical prop that came from Penn and Teller's house. And it's all set up with, let me see if I can get it. Oh. It's got all the airlines, solenoids, airlines. It's ready to go. He like climbs up a pole or something. I gotta make that work. Look, we got Mike Wazowski. There's a killer bunny right here. So this is just the first room. And like I said, you know, there is so much junk. This is leftovers from a Spirit Halloween that I'm gonna repurpose. So much junk. Here we have what's this guy? Headless animatronic. You know, cheapy. We got another robot warrior right here, another robot boxer. Right there. I love that we're just working in green light here, from leftover from a haunted house. This is our mold making table. And it's just green light bulbs. There's some movie props, turtle shell stuff we used in Bloody Bluff. This is all a bunch of Bloody Bluff stuff, actually. This is cool. Some pachinko machines. Those are Chris's. I think we're going to use those in the new Clowntown haunt. Look who's over here. Audrey, too. This is being worked on for the Monster Museum. I say being worked on, but it's been sitting here for, I don't know how long. That was from the Boulder City High School. It was donated to me. And I'm going to give her a makeover and put her in the Monster Museum. Down this hallway, here we have like this cool future throne. This is like a old arcade machine, but I thought it would be awesome to do like a Last Starfighter type chair with it or something. I don't know what I'll use that for, but I'm going to use that for something. Just so much stuff. I'm going to show you guys some of the props and junk back here, if I can make my way through it. If you need chains, I got you covered. Plastic chains, metal chains, orange chains, black chains. We got chains. Old welding mask. This is a puppet I made a long time ago. Oh, his head's gone. I got no head. Yeah. Gotta have a disco ball in case you have an impromptu party. Always a disco ball. And here we have about 100,000 RC controllers. And, you know, electronic stuff. This, that was Denise. Denise has seen better days. Oh, that's nightmare fuel. This is a sculpture of my old dog, Artemis. When he passed away, I was heartbroken. And so I sculpted this guy. He got a little crushed on his side of his head. It's kind of squished in, but little Artemis. This is a really cool glass case I found on the side of the road one time. And I will use that for something. It's very cool. There's a prop controller. This was like a guy who smashed his head into things. Get some arms here. Just some small hands. Small hands. Got a bill acceptor. The funny thing about bill acceptors, people put money in them no matter what, because they'll. I could just put that bill acceptor out with nothing attached to it, and people put money in it. Oh man, I found him. Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. There you go. In case you need to do a dance. This is all wardrobes from different movies we've done. This is from Nameless. That was the park ranger in Nameless. Yeah, just all different movies. This is the lab coats from Hello, My Name is Gacy. This is from Laughter Face. Yeah, tons of stuff. And this is where we made this Faygo machine out of an old Pepsi machine. That's for a movie that has not come out yet called Laughter Face. Made sure we got all the good Faygo flavors. You gotta have Moon Mist, right? Ah, this reminds me right here. I need to find some gas masks because we're doing the My Bloody Valentine haunt. So we're gonna need some legitimate gas masks. Oh look, this was my wardrobe from a classic. This is my shirt that I wore in a movie called Poultrygeist. Classic I Love the Monster Hero shirt. And this was when there you go, Tromaville Health Club. That's a classic shirt. I thought I was wearing this during the making of Poultrygeist, but I don't think so. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to find an image. I think maybe I was just wearing a black t-shirt. I can't remember. Anyway, I've had this shirt for 1,000,000 years, sometime around Poultrygeist era, and it's here in this mess. Here we have a sarcophagus my friend Caleb made. There's a Power Ranger costume, pieces of one up there, what's left of him. That was a Zord we made, but there's only pieces left. These are the gas pumps from Nameless. A lot of people thought they were real. They are not. They are made out of old tanning salon stuff. My dad helped put these together. And you can see the dials were just stickers. And of course, a Fexico 13. That's a little Easter egg. It's also the gas pumps in Legend of the Sasquatch. Okay, here we have some set flats. We're out on the porch area now. See Jack and Sally. Those are store-bought. Chainsaws. There's always chainsaws. Everywhere chainsaws. More pumpkins. Here's a bunch of parts that I figure someday I'll use for something. Just dog heads and stuff. Look at her. Oh, she's not doing so good. Just tons of old effects stuff in here. Let's see if there's anything good. You got this Trojan helmet. That was found in a storage locker. This is a bad run of a foot for a movie called Repto Child. There's a lot of bad runs. There's a bad run of Las Vegas Frankenstein right there. It had like all kinds of holes and loose skin, so we couldn't use that one. Another Repto Child. Oh, this is a whole back from a movie called Bermuda Island. This is one that didn't ever get finished. That piece. This was a Toxic Avenger mask that I had made and applied. It's already been used. It's pretty useless now. What else we got here? There's a Bigfoot foot. That's from Bloody Bluff. Or Bikers versus Werewolves. They wore the same feet. Oh, this is a leech woman. Foam leech woman that's never been finished. That head just fell from the ceiling. All right, let's try to get back to the other side here, see what's over here. So mostly building materials, foam, got a bunch of wood, got that guy. That is a pneumatic animatronic that I'd like to get up and running again. And banners. This is a table pedestal. I save stuff like this because I can mount a prop on that and it's not going to fall over. It's like a really good base to put in a barrel or something. It's funny, no matter what direction you look, there's so much stuff. I just got to go through all this. Oh, this is very cool. These are rock wall panels. Those are just like vacuum formed plastic. You can make a whole castle. There you can see the Power Ranger leg. There's not much left of him. That was a job that never quite got finished. So, all right, let's keep going. This here is our Plan 10 office. Boom. More wardrobe. So much wardrobe. This is all from the haunted house. This is where all our actors would get dressed. Here we got some classics. This is Killer Waves. This is a James Balsamo awesome VHS tape. This is my favorite zombie movie ever, Return of the Living Dead. I've had this VHS since the 90s. I absolutely love this movie. Right here, Hills of Ice, Part 2. You know why I love this movie? A lot of people complain about the Hills of Ice Part 2, but there is dirt bikes in this movie, and I think if you make a horror film with dirt bikes, you win. It doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's bad. If there's dirt bikes in a horror movie, you win. So, Hills of Ice Part 2, one of my favorites. Anybody that knows me knows I love bullshit sci-fi. Of course, my company, Plan 10 Pictures, is unofficial sequel to Plan 9 from Outer Space. But Flash Gordon. This is the double tape set. This is awesome. I'll never let this go. I also have the Nightmare on Elm Street box set here because this box set was bought for me by my grandmother. It's just like my memory of her. I'll never let those tapes go. And then these are very special. These are really special tapes. These are the Michael Burnett Makeup Effects how-to tapes. And I learned so much from these Michael Burnett tapes. Cotton and latex construction. I learned foam latex prosthetics. And full cable controlled animatronics. These are all techniques I still use today and stuff I learned when I was a kid. I got these tapes at the library. Not this set. I ended up finding them later in life. But I got them at the library and I copied them, VCR to VCR. And really, I'd say 90% of my makeup effects training comes from these 3 tapes right here. And I use the techniques to this day all the time. Over here we have more costumes. Just stuff. Look at all this stuff. Man, it's almost like hoarder status. Big lights. That desk is filled with junk. All camera gear in here. Here's some slates. This is Waleed's movie, It Steals Your Skin. That is next up on the docket to get finished, get it wrapped up. There's a Bloody Bluff. Of course, this is the sign from the outside of the After Dark, the club in my movie. And then this is the effects shop. Kinda. It's such a mess. Costumes everywhere. These are these cool clown horns that I make for the haunted house. This is a resin head I'm working on for the Monster Museum. This is from Terminator 3. This is a hollow cast resin. I'm working on this. I'm gonna cut it up, make it glow with blue LED. It's the Terminatrix or the TX. And this will go in the Monster Museum with the Terminator display that we're actively working on right now. Here we have a Maniac Cop. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. He was in the Monster Museum for years. He got retired. I think I'm going to bring him back someday because I love Maniac Cop. Here we have The Witch from Bloody Bluff. My wife Lola wore this makeup. This is all foam latex, so it's really pliable. She was able to act through it. She did such an incredible job. This is one of my favorite characters that I've done. This is a two-piece prosthetic, so the face and the cowl are separate, but they're just bonded together because she wore it. There's some skulls, resin skulls. Here we have a Jason 7 mask. This is one of the masks Kane wore in one of his photo ops for me. Jason 7 mask. I do celebrity photo ops with Kane Hodder and put him back in the costumes. And you can see here, this is the Jason 7, and this was the mask from it. Those will end up in the museum. There's already one in the museum that he wore. I need to, it's kind of rotten. I need to take that out and replace it with this head here. This is just a solid head. This is not a makeup. This is just dropped it. This is just a solid head. So I will put this in the museum and take the foam latex out of the museum. Maybe I'll get that done this week, hopefully. Jeez, it's been a year. These are Puppet Master heads. So that's the prototype for my torch sculpt when they were doing the replicas. I made all the replica heads for a while, and that is Torch. I made this when I was so sick. And Charlie's like, I need a picture. So I got it painted up, made a picture of it, then molded it. That's why it's dirty over top of the paint. And then I molded it, and then we produced them. This is a jester head. It has some imperfections. That's why it never got used. What else do we got here? Oh, there's another torch head. A couple torches. Another jester head. And here's a painted jester. That was one that was molded. That was a display one. Oh, here we got Blade. That's one of Jester's boots off the original prototype. This is one of Tunneler's boots. Okay. There's a Leech Woman head. That's a Leech Woman head that is out of the mold from Puppet Master X, Axis Rising. Not for the replicas. That's Mephisto's hand. That was Mephisto's hand. This is a 6-shooter hand. That's 6-shooter's cowboy boot. I've got a ton of parts here, and I know there's more. Here we have someday maybe I will take all these parts, like this guy, and I'll put them all back together, you know, finish them up, patch them up. Maybe, I know I have clothes somewhere that are already sewed. Somewhere. Oh, look at this. Chucky is a good guy doll wearing a Random Land hat. And we have Michael Bailey Smith as Super Freddy. And this is a Warrington Gillette makeup from Friday the 13th Part 2. He wore this at a photo op in Tampa that I did for Spooky Empire. We got Herman and Frankenstein back there. Oh, there's Slimer peeking through here, and just a mess of supplies. Look at all this. All these supplies. It's just overwhelming. So much junk. This all needs to get addressed and cleaned up. These guys, they're from the haunt. I got a, this was a spirit prop that I modified and use him in the Clown Town. And there's this guy. He's towering. You can see how big this guy is. He's like our Lord Jester guy. Some airbrush paintings I've done. Here's some memorabilia. Killjoy action figures. And Teddy doll from the opening scene. Teddy told me to. That's original Teddy from Face Off. My zombie from Face Off. A bunch of paint. Yeah, it's just a mess. Oh, here's something really funny. You guys will like this. This is a cue card from a movie called Devil's Night. So this cue card was Eric Roberts' cue card. I've worked on a lot of movies with Eric, and he always has cue cards. So my friends, Chris and Waleed, they started a tradition where we snag one of the cue cards at the end. So we have a collection of Eric Roberts' cue cards. And this guy up here, that's Billy Bob from Rocket Fire Explosion, Showbiz Pizza Place, if you guys are familiar. That came from a good buddy named Pete Rondow. And I love Billy Bob. I love the Rocket Fire Explosion, and my wife got that for my birthday one year. This is real interesting. This life cast is of my wife when she was 23 years old, I think. When we first met on our first date before we went out, I asked, hey, can I just make a plaster mold of your face? And she was like, excuse me? And I was like, I want to do a life cast. I've done it a lot. Don't worry. It's not a big deal. And I made this art piece called The Toilet Crisis that her face was coming out of this neon green toilet with Michael Berryman's like nubby kind of fingers grabbing at her face. I had a life cast of his hands from a movie I was working on, and I made that face, and it was like a neon green with orange ooze and stuff. But that was her entrance to this weird life, was like, oh, we're going to go to golf and stuff. Hey, before that, can I make a mold of your face? And she's just freaked out and ended up really liking it and having a good time. And she's been life cast 2 other times after that, but that was the first, and it was just so fun. All right, let's keep going through this mess. So this is where my band practices. That's my wife's drum set. A band called Switch to Fakey. So in the movie world, this was the After Dark Club from my film The After Dark. It was also Frankenstein's Lair from Las Vegas Frankenstein. It was also the Clown Room in Teddy Told Me To. It was also the Slaughterhouse in Slaughterhouse on the Hill. And it was also, I mean, this has been everything. You name it. This was the bar in Bloody Bluff. We're standing in the bar in Bloody Bluff. We've made a lot of sets in this room, and right now it's filled with molds. These are all character molds, stuff from my career, movies, and the Monster Museum. We got piles of mannequins over here. This is all just mannequins. Tons and tons of mannequins. When you own a museum, you pick up every mannequin you can get. Here we have some miners. Those are from the haunted house. This guy. Look at this guy. Clown chainsaw. Another chainsaw. It's crazy. Look at all these hands. It's just piles and piles of hands. Mannequin parts. buckets of heads. This is all heads, hands. There's a Sully in here. That foam was Sully from Monsters Inc. And eventually I'm gonna make King Kong out of that. Now, there's his foot right there. His hand. He's big. He's real big. There's his head back there. You can see it. There's some heads up here. There's our buddy, everybody's favorite Jason right there, King Otter. Well guys, this is my mess, and I need to clean this whole place up. I'm gonna start today, but this is gonna be a multi-day process. I will try to document any of the weird stuff I find, because there's a lot of weird stuff. But this is interesting. I used to have a license on the full moon masks, and this was my master for Killjoy. Painted a different color, obviously, but we used to sell these masks. This is really old. This is, I don't know what year, but I used to make Killjoy and Blade and Baby Oopsie and a bunch of the full moon masks. And this is the only thing left from that era. This right here is a step and repeat from when we premiered the After Dark in Vegas. And I mean, this is a like 20 foot by 20 foot piece of cloth. What do you do with something like that? What does somebody do with that enormous step and repeat when you're done? Like, that's a one-time use, man. It's printed on there. So I don't know what to do with this. Maybe I'll make, you know what? Maybe I'll make a duvet cover out of it and put it in a van, in a blanket, put it on a blanket, put it in the van. This right here, this is Bruce Campbell's hand from the movie Congo. At the very end of the movie, you'll see it sticking out of the ground. And the fun fact is, it's also from my movie Legend of the Sasquatch. I used it as Grandpa Frank's hand sticking out of the sand, kind of very similar to Congo. But this was an actual life cast of Bruce Campbell's hand from the movie Congo. I did not work on it, but I obtained this over the years somehow. This is some treasure. This is an Uber Jason machete used for the last time I did Kane Hodder's Uber Jason photo op at one of the conventions. But this is like the most accurate that you can get to the original. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Man, this is gonna be a lot of work. So this is gonna end up being the tool room right here. I'm gonna put a big tool cabinet here. I got some shelves that'll go along this wall for all the power tools. Both my toolboxes will go underneath here. I already got the spray paint started and other aerosols. But yeah, just a ton of junk in here, you know, got to find a place for. This station here is going to end up being for mechanical props, like animatronics and, you know, pneumatics and stuff. A lot of little tiny screws and a lot of little tools and stuff that are needed when you're making the animatronic stuff that I don't want to get mixed up with all the screws and dirt from sculpting and mold making. You know, keep all this area will get real clean. We'll put some magnets so we can hold up any kind of tools or loose parts. And this will be just for mechanical props and animatronics and whatnot. We'll get some cool lighting in here. Now this is the whole workshop's getting a revamp, and that's awesome. It's so needed. Look at this mess. This is like hoarder stuff, man. I don't know how this season at the haunted house kicked this workshop's ass. But I'll get it cleaned up one room at a time, and hope you guys are enjoying this. It feels so mundane to record myself running around in my, you know, messy workshop. But there you go, daily journal. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Hope you're having fun.